So today I'll be talking about why I'm still a long form content girly when everyone is on TikTok. So welcome to Quiet Chaos, where I share quiet moments and loud thoughts, and I'm cordially inviting you into my buzzing mind while life happens in the background. And in today's video, I'm meal prepping kimbap. You can call me kimbap ajima. I'm like making kimbap in bulk. So I've been bringing food to work and I'm loving it. I've been doing this for like months. So I'm actually not like on a fitness plan or budget, but anyways, this could be my next video. I could talk a whole lot about this. Yeah, definitely next video idea. Okay, look at my unstructured mess talking about the next video when I've not started this one. So yes, this video is about long form content, and this is inspired by me watching YouTube videos while having yoga in the last episode, where I talked about me talking to AI every day, and you can check that out later. And I was probably watching some sort of Anli video then, and that means recommendation in Chinese. And so there's a couple types of long form content I watch. The first category would definitely be like tu cao anli, which means in Chinese like complain or recommend. And these usually kind of summarize a show. Some is just like a summary of a show. Yeah, so that's one genre of content. And it's kind of bad because I don't like spoilers, which means if I watch this type of long form content, I don't actually watch the full version. And when other people ask me if I watched something before, I'm kind of confused. Like, I kind of know what you're talking about, but I don't recall watching the whole thing. Yeah, so for like a tuta, which is like a complaining about some sort of show, if it's like a bad show, it's so bad it's funny. It's kind of fun listening to how people like point out it's bad, or like pointing out what's good about a show. That's also nice. Sometimes it can get deep as to how it's an accurate portrayal of like certain social issues or reality, or sometimes it can be just like it was filmed in a really aesthetic or interesting manner, or even like sometimes you're like, this actor or actress doesn't act that well, but why is he or she always like appearing? And that could relate to like certain media culture and like the mechanism that works behind all these media stuff. So yeah, that's one type of content I like to watch. Another one, a very big one for me, is sitcoms. They're so lighthearted and so easy to watch. It's like if I'm having a meal, I can just have a show just playing in the background. And sitcoms are usually like really short episodes that really focuses on like day-to-day life. And you notice the really small things that honestly just makes up life, and kind of like put a lot of focus on these things, which I feel like I gain a lot of value from observing the things that I usually don't observe. Be it like, for example, I'm currently binging Office on the last season, and I remember recently I was watching the episode on Pam and Jim getting into a fight on Valentine's Day, and they were so close to just, you know, not talking to each other because they didn't want to fight on Valentine's Day, and they were like leaving the office, and Pam was like, no, let's fight it out. And then Jim was like, are you sure on Valentine's Day? And then they smile, and then they're like, okay, let's go home and fight it out. And that is like such a small moment in life, but that's something that's so important about a relationship. I think when it's someone that you want, that you care about and you love, and if you want to try to make a relationship work, you want healthy conversations, and you definitely want to talk it out. You want to make things work. You want to find the source, the root of the problem, and solve it. You want to like leave it to the next day. Like I'm not someone that can like sleep on things. So like yeah, that's like a little thing you can notice from sitcoms that it's like so lighthearted and easy to watch. And that's another one. I also love internet analysis content. So as like a consumer of internet, we are all like scrolling so much online on like just social media and taking in so much information. I love watching other people's commentary on like celebrity, news, culture, entertainment, I don't know, beauty, all of more like girly, I would say, like lighthearted content, sometimes about news as well. I like just hearing others' opinions is really like just really widens my worldview, and it's a fun way to learn about stuff. Like for more like legit world news, be it like politics, social welfare, um, there's also like podcasts. Like a lot of news channels have podcasts, and for me this is a really easy way to digest news. So these are the type of long form content that I really find myself spending a lot of time on. And one main reason why I love watching and listening to them is I'm a sucker for multitasking. Like I'm a master at it. So I used to, when I was younger, when I was in school, I used to watch sitcoms for doing math questions. Like any sort of educational day-to-day task that doesn't require reading, I'm definitely watching or listening to something when doing it. Like I just love noise in the background. And when I was younger, I would even play Korean content in the background while I do my stuff. And I'm not all in focus on watching the content. I also don't read the subtitles all the time. And it low-key kind of helped me learn Korean. And now I'm pretty much fluent in like conversational Korean. So yeah, obviously there's like extra items on learning the alphabets and stuff, but that definitely really helped. And I love listening to things when I'm commuting, when I work on very operational day-to-day tasks, or when I eat. I especially love it when I gym. So short form content actually requires my hand to scroll, right? I need like one hand scrolling and looking at a screen. And if I was trying to do it more secretive, let's say when I'm at work, when I'm doing a task that basically is like copy paste or organizing stuff, but I don't really need brain space, like I want to just secretly listen to something. Long form content is just so much easier. I can just listen. And I can just play it in the background and then look at the visual from time to time. But I understand that I am also a very audio person. I know sometimes people, if they were to pick like a video which is aesthetically pleasing and has no sound, or a video of like no editing and just a lot of like voiceover, like different people pick differently. So I do acknowledge this because I am a very audio person, like audiobooks over reading, like paper books. So yeah, so that's one. I'm so multitasking friendly. And number two is actually, I think personally, I use short form content more of as a search bar than something I kind of like doom scroll or just kind of just occupy my attention span for a long period of time, because I find myself gravitating towards apps like TikTok right now when I'm looking up recipes or like restaurants or certain travel tips. And sometimes I need like short visual videos, but most of the time I actually want the information in note forms, like tips or just like text, which is more easy to just get to the point. I can just like get to the point. And long form content kind of just makes me think and ponder a bit more my life. And I think that's what I like to do when I kind of use media or like use my phone. So yeah, I think I look at content not really as like a filler of time or to occupy my attention, mind block. Of course, I need my doom scroll time for time to time to mute my brain, especially like after a night call when I'm trying to wind down and go to sleep, and just switch out of work mode. But I also try to like doom scroll on apps such as Instagram, like my feed or my stories, so that I can usually get something out of it. It helps me like catch up with friends, keep up with trends. Of course, laugh at little things here and there, and just try to add value to my scroll. But definitely, I spend a lot more time on long form content. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's about the reasons why I am still a long form content girly as compared to short form content. Like if you were to look at my screen time, majority is honestly on YouTube. I think I've compared with a lot of my friends before. I think for my friends it's usually TikTok and Instagram. For me it's definitely YouTube followed by Instagram and TikTok. The last TikTok I might know a bit lesser. And yeah, so I believe for you guys watching this video, you guys will be watching on YouTube. So tell me, do you use look at your screen time? Do you spend more time on like YouTube or like TikTok, Instagram? I'm just curious. Am I, if there are other people like me who still prefers long form content? Would love to hear your thoughts. And yes, now I am preparing the last few rows of my kimbap. It's so hard to cut and not make it burst, honestly. The ending pieces usually are the ones that will burst, but the middle ones I can, keep and put it nicely in the box. And the side pieces I'll normally just eat it right away. And this meal prep thing, I can prepare like 4 servings in one go, so it's really super convenient. And yeah, I'll definitely talk more in my next video on this new habit that I have, which is meal prepping. I love this. And yeah, you can look forward to my next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to Quiet Chaos. Bye bye.